Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Sunday, October 8th, 2023, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Now Mind You podcast. This is episode 86, Combat. We're your hosts. I'm TJ.
I'm Bryce.
Matt could not be with us. Something urgent came up, but rest assured he will be back next week. Sometimes things happen, but that's why there's three of us. So if you don't get all three of us, you'll at least get two out of the three, right? So we're here to cover each other's backs, so on and so forth. With that, Bryce and I are going to take you through the fight night that occurred at the time of this recording. It was last night, Saturday. We're talking about UFC Fight Night, Dawson versus Green, which of course took place at the UFC Apex Arena in Vegas, right? On this card, we had Hernandez versus Algio at featherweight. We had Dober versus Green at lightweight. We had Morono versus Buckley at welterweight. We had Pfeiffer versus Razak Al Hassan at middleweight. And of course, we had our main event at lightweight, Dawson versus Green. With that, I'm going to let Bryce take us into the opener of the main card.
So yeah, let's get into it. It was a featherweight bout between Alexander Hernandez and Bill Algio. Featherweight bout, as I said. Alexander is coming off of a win by decision over Jim Miller at Fight Night Andrade versus Blanchfield. And Bill Algio is coming off of a win off of TJ Brown from Holloway versus Allen. Um, Going into this fight, just looking at the height difference between Bill Algio and Alexander Hernandez, I was stunned. Bill Algio is 6 feet tall. He is lengthy than a motherfucker, and he's a goddamn featherweight. How the hell does that even happen?
It is not fair.
That's what this fight was. It just was not fair. Like, that's what happened in this fight. I just feel like Alexander could not make up the distance that was between him and Bill Algio. Like, just like Algio's length, he just took advantage. Let's go to the I like my numbers.
Yep.
Total strikes: Alexander Hernandez 76 out of 156. Bill Algio 119 out of 257.
Yeah, that's pretty stark on the totals.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, funny enough, Hernandez total strike percentage is higher, but shit, 119 strikes is still 119 fucking strikes.
Right.
And then of course Bill Algio with one knockdown and one takedown. I can't remember exactly when the knockdown was for this fight, TJ. It was a cool fight, but it just seemed like it kind of got lost in the.
I think it was second round. Second round, because I think that's when there was a desperation takedown by Hernandez. I feel like.
Yeah.
Wait, it was out. Wait, who got knocked down? Was it Algio or Hernandez?
Algio got the knockdown. Hernandez
Yeah.
had a takedown attempt, but he didn't get it. Algio also has a takedown attempt.
Yeah, because I think
Algio also has a takedown.
I remember Algio getting the knockdown, and then Hernandez kind of going for the desperation takedown and trying to ham him up by the fence for a little bit in round two. Yeah.
It was a good fight. It was a good way to open up the card. Like I said, it was just crazy seeing Bill Algio as a 6-foot featherweight. How the hell does he cut weight? What the hell does he even like sit around? It's crazy.
Probably just absorbs his nutrients from sunlight.
Yeah, pretty much. He's just a plant man. What were your thoughts on this fight, TJ?
I feel like Alexander Hernandez had the right mindset. Like, we didn't really see the same braggadocious, overconfident dude that we have seen in the past. He was like being patient. He was composed. Obviously, there was the issue of reach when you're dealing with a lanky dude like Bill Algio. And I thought it was a good back and forth, but ultimately, the right person won. And when I say right person, I mean, it's like, yeah, the dude who had the better game plan won. So it's just what it is. This is not the end of Hernandez's story. Good on Bill Algio.
All right. So, you want to go into the next one?
Yeah, it won't take me long. It won't take me long, bro.
There's a couple that's like that.
Drew Dober versus Ricky the Gladiator Glenn. Well, look, I don't think I'm gonna just say, spoiler alert, Drew Dober won because this does not go past the first round. And then we were talking about this last night because we all got together because happy belated birthday, Matt, right?
Happy belated birthday, man.
We all got together for Matt's birthday and we were watching the fight night and during the Oxcon interview, it just felt like Drew Dober was just saying a bunch of contradictions. He was like, I wasn't looking for the finish. I'm like, bro, are you sure? Because after he made Ricky Glenn the one time, he just kept on making him. And I'm like, are you sure you're not looking for the finish? Because you did get that TKOW. And he was like saying, yeah, no, he was like, he was saying that Ricky Glenn was a tough guy. I was like, are you sure about that? Because again, it looked like there was an overwhelming difference in strength there. He had Ricky Glenn pulling guard, bro. Like it's never, you know what I mean? Like it's never a great thing when the strength is so overwhelming. You're like, you know what? I'm foolish to be out here trying to scrap. Let me just invite him to the ground ocean right quick. And even then it wasn't enough.
You got that. I got that new baby strength. That's
bro.
That's shit.
His thing, Drew Dober's wife was there with the baby kind of in the cut, like in the fighter entryway leading up to things. And they were just chilling. She was having fun, having it up, right?
She didn't even take her coat off. She didn't
even take it off. Matt was saying they had usher tickets. I was like, that's hilarious for one. But it's like, yeah, like this is the thing that was insane to me, right? Drew Dober is so strong. There was a blatant foul that occurred during the bout, and Bryce, I know you remember this too, right? Where Ricky Glenn was intentionally, he had his finger stuck inside of the glove of Drew Dober, and Drew Dober was looking at him and was like, hey, nigga, he's still grabbing. But while that was happening, Drew Dober was pulling this man's whole body across the ground, across the canvas while this was going on. So it's like, even though homie was cheating, it made zero difference, right?
So, you know what I would say about that, TJ?
Dash strength. New dash strength.
So that was fear.
Fear. Yeah.
He probably was too scared to let go of the glove.
He's like, please stop hitting me.
Because he realized that like this motherfucker has the strength to drag me by his one hand. And
right. Clearly I did not prepare for this.
He realized where he was at that moment, and
he's like, damn, you strong? Hey, hold on, wait, let's make a deal.
They need to start testing UFC fighters for kids, like
dash strength. You just got a kid, huh? All right, well, we can't match you up with this young man. He's got too much to live for.
He got like, dog, because that dad strength is real.
I believe it.
Never became a champion because he a dad.
Dude. But yeah, there was like not much else to cover. It's just like Drew Dober, I think caught him with a left hand, and then just went for the TKO. He dropped him. Man, did he drop him like twice in that round?
Yeah, he did.
I feel like he dropped him twice because there was that one because he took him from one side of the octagon to another. And then the second time he dropped him, he just kept on raining tyranny with hammer fist. And the ref was like, all right.
Yeah, you know it's bad.
He got enough, right? Like the ref was like, all right, let him get a few more for grabbing with that egregious foul. All right, cool. Let me step in. He's good. He got enough.
You know people are screaming ref at the TV, telling the ref.
That happened yesterday, y'all. like everybody in the apartment was going like ref. Like, yeah. With that, man, you got anything you want to add to this one?
Ref. That's really all it. That's it.
Throw the damn towel. No. You want to take us into Morona versus Buckley?
Yeah, sure. Let's go. Welterweight fight. Alex Morono, coming off of a submission win against Tim Means at Rosenstruck versus Almeida, and versus Joaquin Buckley, who was coming off of a win via KO against Andre Fiallo at UFC Fight Night, Dern versus Hill.
I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah. We had an interesting there was some interesting footage that came to light beforehand.
Yeah. Go ahead, tell them. That shit was wild.
They do the little fight intros. You have a little introduction where they're in
The little
they're
locker room vid or whatever. Yeah.
what they're doing is like air sparring or
Shadow boxing or like maybe like hitting mitts or some shit like that. And what was Joaquin doing, Bryce?
like, all right, bro. Like, if a uh, yeah, so get into the fight. Joaquin Buckley versus Alex Morano. It was a very dominant display by Joaquin Buckley. Morano seemed to be very much on the defensive. And Joaquin was just kind of chasing him down. Actually in the first round,
Wait, say it again, Bryce. You kind of cut out.
the way Morano just attached himself to his body, he was scared.
Wait, Bryce, say that one more time because you kind of cut out.
Oh, my bad. So yeah, later on in the bout, Joaquin in the first round, I believe Joaquin came for that crazy ass takedown again, and Morano just wrapped around him like a sponge.
Yeah.
He knew that shit was not gonna be good.
Right.
Did not help the fact that
yeah. He pulled that guard hella quick, bro, before he even hit the ground. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Typically the fights just kind of stayed on the ground for the most part. Not on the ground. They stayed on the feet for the most part. Joaquin just kind of walking down Alex Morano. Morano's just like trying to dodge the punches. Matt mentioned that Joaquin really could have just had the jab just really catch Morano, but he didn't really catch that until later on in the third round.
Mm.
But yeah, it was a decent display by Buckley. One thing I noticed about Morano, he has like it's like he had like his stance is so awkward. It's like a like Gerber baby style. It was kind of crazy.
Mm.
Not mad at it. Not mad. Like, Morano's a beast.
Yeah.
I like my numbers. So, of course, Joaquin Buckley got the win. Morano got 54 of 161 total strikes. Buckley got 77 out of 186. Takedowns, Morano got 1 out of 2, and Buckley got 2 out of 4. And I'm also going to include a spine buster in that because I think that needs to be said. Buckley spine bustered Alex Morano. That is the craziest thing I've ever seen. One of the craziest moves of the night, actually. Yeah. I'm gonna pass it along to TJ. What you think, TJ?
That shit was a roller coaster. There was
Yeah.
that one moment in round 3 where Buckley threw the spinning wheel kick and messed up the speed of the rotation, and just Morano capitalized it, took it down, and we were all in the room like, Morano's talking about thank you, God. Thank
Right.
you, Jesus, right? He's probably praying like, Buckley, just stay down, right? And then Buckley got back
There
up.
was the time, right? He
So,
got him down, like he forgot. He forgot.
right? He forgot what to do with jiu-jitsu, dog. It was crazy. It was just like, man, Morano's a tough motherfucker, dude. Like he hung in there the entire fight. And he had his moments where he was kind of popping Buckley with his straight left, but Buckley was just overwhelming. It's like you said, it was just a dominant performance. But man, shout out Morano because Buckley could not finish him. And I mean, there were a few times where it's like, all right, if he had made some adjustments, he maybe could have caught a guillotine. But dude, it was surprisingly competitive. That's what I will say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. With that, let's go into Pfeiffer versus Razak Al Hassan, aka Abdul Razak Al Hassan and Joe Pfeiffer. Listen, I didn't realize that the clip I had seen of dude getting smashed into the floor and their arm bending away, shouldn't have been bending, was Joe Pfeiffer. I didn't know he was the one who got that shit.
Yeah.
And then with Abdul Razak Al Hassan, this is actually my first time watching him on the main card of a fight night. I was just like, what did Joaquin Buckley do to make this dude that mad, bro? I was joking about it all night because it's just like, what do you mean you're gonna show him the African weight? Like what? What did he do, bro? Anyway, I know Buckley will pop off sometimes, but it's like, what did he do that you're coming off of your win at a press conference and all you can focus on is that dude? Like, anyway, so going into this fight, like Dana White tagged it as the if you don't know now you know, meaning all right, this might end in a finish. Because both of these dudes are known for their explosive power. Bro, Piper's got that one knockout clip where it's just like, hey nigga, this is unnecessarily brutal. What you mean? Like he dropped dude, stop, look this nigga in his eyes, bigged him again. I was like, whoa, hey nigga, this ain't no street justice. What's going on?
Tell him Blanco sent you. Dang.
Yeah, what's going on out here? Anyway, yeah. So you got Joe Pyfer, but then okay, I was wrong in attributing the first round as a download phase for Al Hassan for Abdul Razak Judo Razak or Razak Judo. Because Pfeiffer overwhelmed him from the start. Pfeiffer kept on hitting double legs, kept on hitting him with the punch combinations. Like, he basically kind of had Razak on his heels damn near the entire fight. Razak had his moments where he's like, all right, he was like maybe kicking to the body here and there, trying to work the leg kicks. But for one, there was also an overwhelming difference in height. In terms of mass, like I feel like it was easier for Pfeiffer to move around compared to Razak. But yeah, the double legs and ultimately in round two, and I gotta give a shout out to what's his name? Matt's homie Gus.
Yeah.
What's his name? Gus? Yeah. I have to give a shout out to him because he was the one who told us too. Like, if you look at Razak's record, if he gets into the second round, he doesn't usually win. And this was the case here because Pfeiffer put it on him, shot a double leg, and then was able to secure the head and arm choke. Now, what was crazy about this head and arm choke is the way he got the win, for one, but for two, it didn't look like there was enough room between Razak and the fence for Pfeiffer to cinch it. But Pfeiffer was able to get it in tight, drop his shoulder down, and really wedge it in there, right? And so Razak, and instinctually, he's like trying to punch the ribs to, get the dude off him or like discourage him from pursuing the choke. But then the choke got tighter and he was starting to tap. Here's the thing, though. He was tapping with a closed fist. So obviously the ref was like, I don't know what the fuck that means. And Razak went out. And he went out kind of bad, too, because after the ref intervened, he had one of those like shakes, like body shakes that I don't know if you guys ever seen like someone go unconscious before and then their body kind of shakes a little bit. That's what that was. And it kind of freaked me the fuck out a little bit too. It's like, oh, he went out. No need for Faith Evans, but he went out. But yeah, it was a dominant performance from Pfeiffer. I have to wonder if Razak was at 100% personally, because this doesn't seem like his usual performance. But it's like, if you're both known for exploding, you can't just go all out, but at the same time you still got to play your game, and I think Pfeiffer did a better job of imposing his game. I'll pass it over to you, Bryce. What did you think?
I think you covered it. Like I think that Abdul was so surprised at the power Joe had, it seemed, that it just kind of made him go on the defensive. Because like you said, the length that Pfeiffer had along with the power, it was just not a good combination for Abdul.
Right.
Hell, I don't even think Abdul, we were talking about how he's like a judoka, but
right.
He didn't even try a takedown. So yeah, I just, it was a bad matchup for Abdul, and he got caught.
Yeah.
Like every time he got to the cage, it definitely looked like he wasn't even. He just didn't have anything for what was thrown at him.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good night for Pfeiffer. It was definitely a good night for Pfeiffer, and he was scared, as he said. He was scared as hell.
Yeah.
That actually says more to me than anything. Because anybody that says, "Yo,
I
I
have no fear," you're bullshitting.
yeah,
Or you're just really insane.
yeah, one or the other." But
Right.
yeah, it was a damn good fight. Definitely the highlight. Well, not the highlight of the night, but the most not even competitive. It wasn't even competitive. It was a dominant display. That was the most dominant display that didn't. It was dominant. It was goddamn dominant. It was good.
Yeah.
It was a good fight. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Uh
But Angus, I'm sorry. I thought you said
Angus. Yes. I call him Gus. Angus. Yes. Shout out Angus. Also
shout out.
shout out Jake. Jake B, because I know he listens to our combat episodes a lot. So Jake,
Hey,
shout out to you. Yeah.
good seeing you, brother.
Yeah. No, it was really good seeing a lot of you guys in person. Um Shit, man. Is it time for the main event?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Cause I swear, in us talk about it, we already laughed longer than the actual main event.
Bro, take it away, Bryce.
I just want to say, a fight is damn near is just so damn quick when they play the fight back after the fight was
The
over.
whole fight too, like that. Like they
Fight.
played the whole fight back. It was like, all right, well, it's not much here. We might as well just.
I
uh
I enjoyed it, but I was mad because I was hoping they do the Jimmy John thing. Because I was
yeah, the
oh,
disrespectful, freaky fast finish.
UFC know what they doing. They know they wrong. If somebody get knocked out fast, uh, they always play the Jimmy John's commercial. I can't remember what it's called, but if somebody gets knocked out quickly,
It's
they
the freaky
John
fast
Sandwich.
finish. Freaky fast. Yeah.
Brought to you by Jimmy John's. That shit.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyway, so Bobby Green won.
Spoiler alert.
Via knockout, TKO. First round, 33 seconds. You know I like my numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, I feel like
right.
you're going to be a little disappointed in how many numbers you got, but go on.
Got 0 out of 6 total strikes. Bobby got 7 out of 11. And Bobby got 1 knockdown.
Yeah.
There was not much to see because, like, Bobby he was hunting him down. He was dodging the strikes. That was a clean kick he dodged. That shit was so clean. I was amazed. And yeah, he caught him. I don't was it a cross? I'm pretty sure it was a cross.
It was a left cross,
yeah.
like straight too, and then he just crumpled him and proceeded to lay on some tyranny in the form of hammer fist. But also he did a thing where he blocked Grant Dawson's leg with one of his arms and hammer fisted him with the other, so Grant Dawson couldn't regard. So he was just taking punishment. The ref was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to stop this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we just go call
it. Right.
Go call.
It was insane.
It was insane. It was great. It was great.
Yeah. Well, shit, that about does it. I was talking to Bryce about this before we started recording too. It's like this was a card that had majority finishes on the main event, but something about the energy felt a little off, and I think Bryce encapsulated it pretty well in terms of why it felt the way it did. And what'd you say, Bryce? You were saying about
it felt like art was a bunch of opener cards, and then like with Bobby as the main event. That's how it felt to me. I you know, it's yeah.
And I think it's honestly kind of an apt description because it just felt weird. It wasn't bad. It just felt weird. That's all.
Yeah.
But shit, UFC wise, next week we have another fight night where it's Sadiq Youssef versus Edson Barbosa on the main event. Oh shit. Yo, you
getting Barbosa, baby.
I'm like, I don't know what Sadiq Youssef's chances are looking like against an Edson Barbosa.
Yeah.
But shit, Sadiq is ranked higher than Edson. That's crazy.
I don't. I think Edson had like a point where he was getting rocked, or
Okay.
or or he lost. A lot of people he lost to are like in the top five.
Right, right,
Barbosa's still in the top 10,
right.
right?
No, Barbosa dropped to 13. Sadiq is 11.
Damn. Barbosa doesn't really fight like that either, though.
Right.
So that
Uh,
might be.
but shit, bro, we got Christian Rodriguez and Cameron Simon at bantamweight. We got Edgar Chairez versus Daniel Lacerda at flyweight. Marc Andre Barrio versus Michelle Pajeda at middleweight. Hopefully Michelle is on fucking weight this time.
He's hard.
He's been kind of fucking up on the weight.
He's been fighting the weight, but he's still a good.
No, he's entertaining as fuck,
Yeah.
right? We got Jonathan Martinez, who I think, man, I feel like the last time I saw him fight, he like knocked somebody out and then ended their career and was like, my bad. I just Oh, it's when he fought Cub Swanson. Yeah. He
Wow.
felt so bad for knocking out Cub Swanson. I remember that. It was one of the rarer knockouts. I think it was a leg kick TKO.
Oh.
Cause bro, he fucked up Cub Swanson's legs, bro. Like one of the rare leg kick TKOs ever, because like Cub just could not do that. But anyway, he's gonna be fighting Adrian Yanez.
Okay.
And then co-main is gonna be Jennifer Maia versus Viviane Araujo at women's flyweight, and then main event is gonna be Sadiq Yusuf versus Edson Barboza at featherweight.
Like
Man, I'm expecting a lot of kicks, bro. Edson's on it, bro. I mean,
I need a kick knockout.
yeah,
I need a kick knockout.
yeah. Well, shit, y'all. With that, we did it. This has been go ahead, Matt. Go ahead, Bryce.
Oh yeah, this is the Now Mind You podcast. You can find me, Bryce Coachman. Oh, my bad. Wait a minute. Hold on. You can find me, Bryce Coachman, at Ashay underscore Osa on Instagram. That's AXE underscore ONCA, baby. And where can they find you, TJ?
Listen, brother, you can find me on Instagram at TFSportsGate. That's TUSS4_SKATE. And I'm going to the top. You hear me? Yeah. And you guys can find Matt. He's gonna be so mad when he
He's
listens
gonna be so bad.
to these episodes, bro.
Go with it now. You gotta go with it now. You gotta add one. You gotta do one.
Right. It's like, but y'all can find Matt because his branding's strong on all social media at Matt Hambrick. That's MATTHAMBRIC. And y'all can find the podcast on all social media at Now Mind You Pod. That's NOWMINDYOUPOD. Now, as far as where you can listen to us, damn near everything. Just search for it on your favorite podcast distribution platform, including YouTube. Just search for the Now Mind You podcast and we'll pop right up. Of course, hit the link in our Instagram bio. It contains all of our links, y'all. Thank you so much for listening. We'll catch you next week. Peace.
Peace.